Just started recording this session. Okay. In my previous session, I taught you how to use the map, correct, and the methods of the map. Okay. Especially there were three interesting methods which we discussed, that is called key set, values. If you observe here, we discussed about last two methods of the map. One is called key set method, another one is called values. Okay. What does this key set method do? Okay, I'll just rewrite that example for you. Okay, before I start with something called entry set method. Yeah, let's imagine, guys, I have a map. I have a map which is storing three entries. Let's say this map stores three entries. Okay, entry one, entry two, as well as entry three. Let's say there are three entries are there. Each entry has key value pair, key value pair. Correct. Let's assume I have the keys like, okay, I have the key like, student ID name, student ID name, student ID name. Student ID is going to be 11, name is going to be, let's say, Ashwik. Okay, student ID is 12, right? Let's say Shayuk name. Okay, let's say student ID is 13, name is Shishira. Okay, can I call it as key value? This is called key, commonly represented in generics as K. This is called a value, commonly represented as V. Okay, here the data type of key is integer, and the data type of value is going to be string. Hence, it is a map of integer and string. It's a map of integer and string, isn't it? Integer and string. So if you use the methods like key set method, observe here. Okay, let's say the reference of this is map dot. If you use the methods like key set, I'd explained this earlier, but I'm just repeating it. Okay, map dot key set method, what does it return? It returns all the keys. Okay, it returns all the keys for you, all the keys in the form of a set. Okay, like 11, 12, 13. Okay, so it returns a set. When I say set, set is the data structure which can store unique data. So these are all unique data because in map key must always be unique, right? So it is integer. Okay, it returns set of integer. Okay, yes, you give any name. So basically the key set method returns only keys but not the values, right? If you consider the values, I want all the values, then you should use a method called, I will explain you this. Equal to, let's say, map dot, I'm going to use the method called values. I'm going to use this method called values. Okay, the values method returns all the values in this way. How many values are there? 3 values are there, but it returns only values. Remember, I've written Ashwik, Shriyut, Shishira. Okay, now please observe, it returns a collection of values. Why collection? Why not set? Because values can be duplicated, can be null also. All right, that's why it cannot be set, because set stores only unique data. But in my case, the values can be duplicated. It cannot be list because my map is not index based, so hence it cannot be a list. That's why commonly it is called collection. So the values method, basically what you need to understand out of this is the key set method returns only keys, values method returns only values. All right. What if I want to get both the key and value? What if I want to get both the key as well as values? What are you going to do? Right? So if you want to fetch both the keys as well as the values, okay, then we have to use the methods called entry set method. I'll repeat, we have to use the method called entry set method. Okay, please observe here, guys. Okay, I'll teach you now how to iterate this set. I need not to explain much, but how do we iterate a set? How do we iterate a set, guys? Come on, tell me, how do we iterate a set? We have two ways to iterate a set. Option number one is that you can use for each method, for each loop, basically enhanced for loop, right? The second one is you can also use iterator. You can use iterator. Okay, so how do you use this for each loop? For, right? What is the data type? Integer I colon right side, name of the set. What is the name of the set? S. That's it. I'm going to use this set. Okay, system dot out dot println of I. Super. Now you're going to get all the all the keys, right? This is one way. Option number two, you can use iterator. Okay, how do we use iterator? I have already taught you in my previous sessions how to use iterator and iterating a set, right? So here is some question, it seems. Yeah. Akanksha Rati, you are correct. One is for each loop, another one is iterator. All right. Okay, good. Next is, how do we use, now understood, right? Key set method returns only keys. The values method returns only values. Now, I just don't want only keys and values, but I want both the key value pair. Basically, I want three entries. I want three entries. Okay. So if you want three entries, then you can use a method called entry set method. This is interesting, okay, and little tricky as well. Listen to me carefully. Okay. So now I'm going to use a method called as entry set method. Listen to me, everyone. So whenever you have a map reference, map dot entry set, there is a method called entry set method, which returns, of course, a set, Okay, I'll repeat. The entry set method returns a set. I call it as only S. Set S. Okay, super. So the method is returning set means obviously this is returning unique data, isn't it, guys? Now literally pay attention towards it. Okay, it's little confusing, little tricky. Please pay attention. Okay, so the entry set method is returning set means obviously this entry set method is returning some unique data. What way it is returning the unique data? Let's understand. This entry set method is returning a set. Set means definitely it is returning some unique data. What is that unique data that it is returning? It is basically returning, listen, entries, entry 1, entry 2, entry 3. What it is returning? Entries. So it is returning entry 1, entry 2, entry 3, because each entry is always unique, because in entry key is unique. Key must always be unique, isn't it? Since key is unique, each entry is unique in its own way. So it means to say it is returning you a set of entry. So what is the data present in this set? Entry. So can I rewrite this? Okay, can I rewrite this in this way? Can I rewrite in this way? Like it's a set of entry, set of entry s equal to map dot entry set. Is it clear? Because in set you have to mention the generics. What is that you are storing? I'm storing in set. I'm storing only entry. Until now, is it clear, guys? Is it clear for everyone until now? Super. Good. Now. When you say entry is nothing but a data which is present in the form of key value pair, right? That's why you have to rewrite again this program in this way. You have to rewrite this program in this way. Observe now. Set of entry. Super. Each entry is taking key value pair k comma v, because entry is represented in this way. S equal to map dot entry set. Map dot entry set. Basically, what I'm representing is I'm representing one generic switch set here. That's it. Set of entry of key, data type of key is integer, comma, the data type of value is string. In our case, it is string. Okay, this is generics starts, generics end for entry. This is the generic start and generic end for set. Till these days, we used to represent a set of employees, right? Set of unique employees, set of unique students, set of unique vehicles we used to represent. But today, I'm representing a set of unique entry. How each entry is unique? Each entry is unique because its key is always unique. Okay, so S equal to map dot entry set. Map dot entry set. Is it clear? Hmm. Please quickly replay. Quickly replay. Is it clear? Wonderful. Now, basically, you have got a set here. Okay, you have got a set. Now you have to iterate this set. So iteration of set is possible in two ways. For each loop, option number two, iterator. You can use these two. You can use either for each loop or you can also use iterator. Okay, listen. Let it be here. I'll show you something else. Imagine that you have a set. I'm taking only 3 data for easy explanation. Okay, you have unique data like apple, mango, orange. Apple, mango, orange. This is my set. Okay, how do you use for each loop? For data type of this, what is the data type of set? It's just like this. Okay, observe now. It is a set of string. It is a set of string, hence string for fruit colon reference to this set. Reference to this set is set. Let's say this is a reference to the set. Okay, for example, set set equal to new hash set or linked hash set or tree set, like that. This is a reference. Okay, is it clear? This is how I loop. This is how I loop. Okay, I use for each loop to iterate a set of string. Let's say now I want to represent a set of, let's say, an employee. Set of employee s or s employee, set of employee equal to new anything here. It can be linked hash set or tree set. It does not matter, right? Good. So diagrammatically representing, you have a set. In this set, you have unique employees. How do you loop this? I already taught it. For employee, okay, emp, okay, then colon, reference to the set, nothing but s emp, set employee. This is how I write. If it is clear, now I will demonstrate how to loop for the set of entries. Never forget this, guys. This one, this one, this one, this one. You have to understand it. Okay, quickly respond to me if you are okay. If you have already see these things, you should be comfortable by now, because already these concepts have been covered in details, and we have seen practical examples also. Good. Now I will apply this concept on this. Let's see. Now I have a set. It is not set of employees or set of string. It's a set of entry. So how do you write the loop for it? For, oh, just observe, for entry, but this entry takes key value pair, integer, comma, string, integer, comma, string, close of generics, entry, the reference to this entry, just like reference to this employee emp and string of fr, like that. I need a reference for this entry. I give a reference to this entry as ent colon. What is the data type of ent? Entry colon, right side, name of the set. What is the name of the set? S. Right? Now what is happening here is S is a reference. Okay, S is a reference. Sorry, ENT is a reference. Listen to me carefully. ENT is a reference. First refers to this, second refers to this, third refers to this. First it refers to entry 1, entry 2, entry 3. As per the basics of for each loop gets, how many times the for each loop gets executed depends on how many data present here. 3 entries are there, nothing but 3 datas are there. That's why 3 times my for each loop gets executed. First time refers to this, second iteration, third iteration. If your map, if this particular set is containing 500 entries, then 500 times my loop gets executed. Okay, and we also know the basics that, okay, this entry is an interface which is present within another interface called map, nothing but nested interface, correct? And here there are two methods are there. One is called get key, which returns the key, get value, which returns the value out of it. Okay, now observe this ent has two methods. Ent dot get key, get the key, which returns the key. What is the data type of key? In our case, it is integer. What is the data type of value? String. String value equal to ent dot, there is a method called get value. Observe here, there's a method called get value. get value. Okay, then you can print it, system dot out dot println. Okay, you can print the key and value, key plus, give some space, plus value. So now if you wish to get both key as well as value, you should use a method called entry set method. Okay, I'll repeat, key set method gives you only keys, values method gives you only values. But if you use this entry set method, it returns you a set of entries, a set which contains unique entries. Each entry contains key value pair, just like that. Each entry contains key value, key value, key value, key value, key value, key value. All right. So once you get the set, it's up to you how do you loop that set. You can use for each loop, or you can also use iterator. Are you clear? This is what you're going to get. Let me practically execute this program, okay, in Eclipse. Previously, I demonstrated this to you. Let's say I'm just going to take this example, entry set demo, separate program, okay. I don't want to mess up with that earlier example. That's why I'm going to rewrite this entire example once again. So I have a map, some map, okay. I can rename it for you as map. I have a map. Which map does not matter. It can be hash map, tree map, or linked hash map. It does not matter which map I'm dealing with, okay. Ultimately, I'm dealing with a map. So in this map, okay, I have basically some data like this. Okay, this is the key value, key value, key value, key value, key value pair. Good. Now what I'm going to do is let me use a method called entry set method. Okay, so map dot entry set method. What does this entry set method return? This method returns me a set. Observe, this method returns me a set. Set of what? Set of entry. Please observe, guys. This is very important. You have to use entry. You have to use entry. Entry is present within map. Listen to me carefully. Entry is an interface which is present within the outer interface called map. Hence, you have to import it. Okay, hence you have to import it. How do you import it? This is very important. Listen, how do you import it? You import map. If you import map, you can use only map. But if you import entry, how do you import entry? Entry, just observe, this is how you should import entry. You should import java.util.map.entry. Okay, you are going to import this entry and start accessing them. Okay, so each entry is having a key type called integer. The value type here with respect to this example, it is integer and string. Okay, so now I'm going to get ct equal to this. Clear? Now I have got a set. It is just, observe this, guys. If you are not using generics, the program looks to be very simple. You're calling the method called map.entrySet, which is returning you a set. That's super done. But since because of this generics, this program looks to be little elaborative or lengthy program, okay? But indeed, it is very simple. So now I'm going to use for each loop, okay? So I'm going to get entry. You can just call it as ENT if you wish, okay? So the data type of ENT is entry, which is nothing but entry of integer and string. So it means to say key is integer, integer key equal to ENT dot get key. Similarly, have a method called string value equal to ENT dot get value. You can print them in whatever the format that you wish. I want to print them in a format of just like this. Within that, I want to print key. Key, some space, plus value. I want to print this within the flower bracket. I want to print the key and then value. Just say key dash dash value, something like that. Just observe. Within flower bracket, it is printing key value, key value, key value, key value, key value. It's the format is up to you, right? You can print it any format of your choice. Are you clear, guys? This is how we use an entry shift method. Hope you understood this.